I'm here in Aschaffenburg, a short distance outside Frankfurt, to see how the German economy is faring in these challenging financial times for the world. Looking at production here in Kiel, seems things are not going too badly at all. Production's continuing late into the night and at weekends. This is good news, not just for the 2,300 people who work here at the factory, or even for the country as a whole. Germany is the largest economy in Europe, and if economic growth can remain robust here, then that's going to lift the performance of the entire Eurozone.
I don't know if there's any magic in Germany. We haven't been as affected by the subprime crisis in the United States, not at this point. But Germany is an economy that's not based on spending a huge amount of credit. It's an economy that's export-based. 80% of what we sell goes outside of Germany, so we serve really the whole world. We haven't seen really any slowdown at the moment.
The views of people like Mr. Risker explain why German policymakers are taking an upbeat view on the country's outlook. Compared with fast-growing emerging market economies, or even with other industrialized countries such as the US or the UK, German growth rates in recent years have looked weak. But you have to remember this is a very mature economy with a rapidly aging population. So last year's growth rate of 2.6% was quite an achievement. What's going to happen this year? We have a slowing US economy, possibly a recession there, and the global financial turmoil. Then there is the rise of the euro to record levels.
It will certainly have a slight effect on the export volumes, but on the other hand, we constantly make the experience that for German exports, it's not the exchange rate that is really important. What is important is the growth of the global economy, the growth of foreign demand for German products. And we discovered that over the years, German exports have become less and less price sensitive.
But the economy still looks lopsided. Despite a strong industrial sector, consumer spending has been falling recently. The Bundesbank's optimistic here too.
We have market improvements on the labor market. We have unemployment down over 600,000 over the year, employment up over 500,000. And the effect of higher negotiated wages will be felt in 2008, much more than they were in 2007. And all this gives us a reason to assume that private consumption might fill somewhat the role that weaker exports leave for the course of 2008.
I'm interested to know whether Germany really can grow strongly even when the world is looking gloomier. German companies have been better at cutting wage costs than those in other European countries and have put a lot of work into shaping up their operations. But has there been a transformation in the country's fortunes that will allow it to decouple from the US?
Germany has improved its competitiveness quite significantly for various reasons, and structural reforms initiated by the government are one reason. And this improved competitiveness, coupled with strong growth outside the US, i.e. in the BRICS and other emerging markets, has put Germany in the kind of a sweet spot that is producing the goods these country needs and is very competitive at the same time in producing these goods.
What's more, companies such as Kion have been taken over by new owners such as private equity.
So what has changed really is that profitability has become a lot more important for the German sector, and it has become a lot more profitable because of that. But when it comes to funding, and this is in the current situation obviously the main question, not that much has changed in a sense that banks still provide the funding. And the question will be, are banks impaired in their ability to fund? Yes, they are, and this will certainly have a negative impact on growth.
Improvements in the German economy are one reason why the European Central Bank, here in Frankfurt, has remained relatively optimistic about the outlook for the Eurozone. Germany's obviously going to provide a lot of the momentum in coming months. But is the sun also setting over the German economy? My hunch is that things are going to remain pretty good for some time to come, but looking at all the challenges and difficulties that lie ahead, it's hard to believe Germany can really escape what's happening in the rest of the world. I'm Ralph Atkins reporting for the Financial Times from Frankfurt.